All right, y'all, I got my man Zay in the chair. Y'all seen him before, but he got some braids this time, so a little bit different cut. I'm gonna do a little taper, get these braids out the way, and get right into it. All right, guys, so I'm gonna cut the sides down. We brushed it out. We're gonna cut it down with the one with the grain. I have it halfway open. I just wanted to play it safe. I didn't want to cut him too short. I'm just really looking to get this top edge cut down, and then we will cut against the grain and cut up into what we are setting up right here. So this is the hardest part of this haircut, I think. It's getting the hair next to the braids cut down to a consistent length. So you can see I just brush it down. We'll cut down all the way around the head, and then we will come up probably with like a 1.5 up into this, connect it all together, and then we can come in and do a taper. Now I'm coming in with a 1.5, guys, halfway open as usual. I'm gonna try to cut into what we just did and blend in. You guys see he's got a little line here. I don't know where that came from, but try to get the sides consistent so we can come in and do our taper. So he's gonna get like a burst taper. So I just need to get this cut down, and we can come in and set our ball guideline, and the rest will be pretty much as usual. All right, so we're gonna do a high taper. We're gonna start from the corner of his C-cup, kind of arch it over to behind the ears. So I'm gonna come in with my Slimline. You guys know I like to punch the line in with the Slimline because it's not very sharp. And then we will take it out. It'll be easier to take out because I'm not using my skeleton or something sharp right here, or my Saber. It'll be a lot harder to take out. So we can punch it in, we can be precise, but then not too hard on the next step to take the line out. So we'll go ahead and ball it out with this as well. Come in with the shaver, get it down the skin. Then we'll start our first step going up. All right, guys, next up, lever open. We don't have a ton of room here, so we're gonna do more like a 1/2 inch guideline. But remember, we're only cutting into that 1.5, so we don't have a long way to go. We don't need a lot of room, so I'm just working this open guideline, and then we'll take the line out from the bottom. All right, guys, next up, clipper closed. Again, we use the Slimline so I can use the clipper closed and take the line out. So this should take the line out. Just bump it up slightly, and then we'll go halfway open and take the next line out. We should be done with this section. Now halfway open, go up a little bit further, staying in this section, looking to take that last line out and have this section all blended together. So still a little bit dark back here. I'm gonna come back in, still halfway open. Now it looks pretty solid. Next up, guys, one open. We did the 1.5. This should blend pretty much right into that 1.5. So not really gonna leave a guideline. If it does, we'll come back with the 1.5, but looking to blend into that. We should just have this line down at the bottom. You can see we got a slight line, so I'm gonna come back in. Just wanna make sure everything's consistent. Go behind the ear a little bit. And then we can take that line out above, and then we'll have this last line down low to work on when we're done with this taper. Super easy, a lot easier than when you had a bunch of hair. All right, guys, so I'm gonna close the 1.5, go right above that one that just left this guideline a little bit, make sure that that one ties in. I'm gonna have to come back with the open one and just come a little higher. This is cutting some hair though. And I have not cut his hair since he's had it braided like this, so I'm figuring it out as we go through it. Damn, bro, I'm in the middle of recording. People asked me if there was an airport nearby last time you did that in the video. So now we're back to the one, guys, all the way open. I'm just trying to make sure we don't have a line up in that section. So we're going a little higher than I intended. You guys see now it's blended in. Just want to make sure all this is consistent. And now we'll know what to do on the other side. So now we can close it up, start to attack this bottom line. We're gonna go a little bit higher than the line, knowing that the half guard is gonna take the line all the way out. So I'm not looking for this line to go all the way away. I just wanna soften it, make sure I'm tying into what's above, and then I can use the half guard to take anything that's left all the way out. Last but not least, guys, half guard halfway open, just through this last line that we had. You guys see it's gonna tie it all together. This is the sweet spot between the open section and the one. My man Zay, I just told him I got a bunch of new stuff to try on him. You know, when I'm making a video, he about to get that cut, you know what I'm saying? I ain't cut him in a while. He's been going to Markel. My schedule's been a little limited. You doing football, right? Yeah. You got football and stuff, so I haven't cut him probably in a couple months, so haven't cut him with braids. You guys seen him on the channel when he had, I guess probably a fro. We did a little taper, but I have not cut him with braids yet, so. Matter of fact, last time I cut him, he went and got it braided, and it didn't look right with his haircut, and he had to come get a second haircut. His dad was real happy about that. He texted me like, bro, what am I gonna do with this boy? He just got braids, and now all this poof of hair is just sitting in the back. I was like, just swing in the shop, somebody knock it down for him. All right, guys, moving on to the back, same thing. We're gonna do a 1 guard up here, right under the braids, cut it down, then we will come up with the 1.5 and cut into this. And definitely a little bit difficult to get these braids up out of the way. Obviously they're not super long, so I'm clipping them up. They're kind of flopping out, but just want to keep them out of the way. We want to try as best as we can not to hit any of those hairs that are part of the braids. So you see I just pull them up with my hand, make sure I get everything underneath without grabbing them hairs up in there. Now we'll come in, I just learned from the other side, we're gonna come in with a 1.5 close, right up to that and blend right into what we just cut. Instead of reaching around over here, guys, I'm just gonna kind of focus on what I can see from here, and then I will do the rest of that when we get to that side. So that was a 1.5 close. Now we're gonna use a 1 all the way open. I'm gonna cut everything down right below that we just did with the 1.5. with the open 1, and then we'll come from the bottom and start to do our tape. You guys stick around. When we get to the lineup, I got some new stuff to show you guys. We're gonna test out. All right, guys, so I'm gonna cut off any problem areas we see. We see it's long on the sides, it's light up to here. I'm gonna go ahead and take all that off straight across, just to make sure that we have a consistent taper all the way across. Cut my bald line in, same as the side, guys, with the Slimline, then we'll bald it out, come in with the shaver, and then we can start our first step. Now we have a lot of room, guys, but this is an open 1 all the way up, so I can stretch this out a little bit. I'm gonna go like 3/4 of an inch, like more or less if I was gonna do a fade. Back taper, you always got more room too, so don't be afraid to stretch this out a little bit. And this is our open section. We'll go ahead and set that in nice and strong. And we'll take that line out from the bottom, and then the last line is already an open 1, so we'll just start to attack that line, connect everything together, and we can get on to that line. All right, clipper close at the bottom. Just bump it up slightly. Just kind of split this section into 4. So I'm gonna bump this up, then we'll open it up, go up a little bit higher, open it up, go a little bit higher until the line is blended all the way out. So now we're on the 2nd notch, just working it up. Just a little bit higher. Then we'll go halfway open, and we're halfway up into the section. Should be blended pretty much all the way together. We can open it up a little bit more if we need to. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and move on, and as we come back down and polish this up, I will touch it up if it needs once we get this next line knocked out. So we know we did a 1 open. I'm just gonna go over it just to make sure everything's consistent. If we're fading into an area that's not consistent, guys, it's gonna be hard for us to get it consistent. So make sure it's a 1 open. Now I know I can start to attack this line, so we're gonna come in with a 1 closed. And again, guys, we got lots of room, so I'm gonna give myself plenty of room to connect with the half guard next. So I'm just gonna go up about 3/4 of an inch and connect to that open 1. All right, guys, last but not least, half guard, half open. Should tie all this back together. That is the sweet spot between the open section and the 1 section. If we need to close it up, we can. If you want to open it up, you can. Just got to cut accordingly. I always start halfway, and a lot of the time that'll get it done. Then we can play with the lever as we need. Probably going to actually move on, go ahead and line him up, and then we can do some detail work at the very end and make sure that we got everything exactly how we want. So you guys can see his growth pattern. It really grows out and to the side. So over here, I'm coming this way. Over here, we're cutting this way. And in the middle, we kind of just cut straight up. So you guys pay attention to that as you're cutting. It can cause you a lot of trouble. It can also make it a lot easier if you pay attention to those growth patterns and cut against the way that the hair is growing. All right, guys, I'm just gonna line up around his ears. We're just gonna go straight down the back of the neck at the fullest point that we can. We'll work around the ear in a nice circle, hit the other side, and then we can move on to the front hairline. Guys, now we're gonna come in, line up this front hairline, and take off as little as possible, but get him nice and sharp. So you can see he has kind of a calic right here, a little light spot. And this really is bangs that we brush down. So we can take off some of those. I'm gonna start right here and try to get a solid line where he's light. A lot of his hair is pulled up to the braids now, so a little bit lighter, but that's perfect for what we're about to do next. Alright guys, so if you didn't see my last video, we do have Tomb45 hair fibers. So if you guys want to check those out, head to Tomb45.com. We're going to throw some on Zay here and get him extra crispy. We got the line in there already, so I'm just going to use my card. Let me turn it where you guys can see. I'm going to use the card for a stencil, put it next to where his hair is lined up. I'm going to dust them in lightly. These do go on kind of heavy, guys, so light them out. Then we'll move to the top, put the card against the line. Oh, gee. That's what you've been missing, Mr. No Enhancements over there. Huh? Yeah. So they've been going to Markel, or y'all know him as Cuts by Coast, but all of a sudden he's Team No Enhancements. So, you know, some people like him. I think Zay's probably been fine without him, but he's probably a little hyped today to get that extra crispy. So, clients like it, guys, I'm doing it. So I don't really care what you guys have to say about it, what anybody else has to say about it. He's got a perfect example today, guys. You see with the braids, he's lost a lot of the density that would be laying down normally in his hairline. So this is just gonna add, you know, some darkness so you can't see through the hairs right there. Lighter at the bottom, guys, heavier up at the top. Make sure it looks consistent. I got someone to come in with the pencil. I'm just gonna outline the line that we already did. So I'm gonna come start in the corner, fine line, right next to his lineup. Follow that all the way around the lineup. Come in and blend it with our trimmers, and then hit him with the razor. All right, guys, so once it's on, you want to blend it in. So we're just going to push it to the edge and pull it back. We're trying to blend it into his skin tone. So again, this is a lot of trimming next to the line. You guys don't want to push the line back any further. Just want to blend in the pencil. All right, guys, we're gonna lay back. We're gonna come in with the razor. I'm using the fully exposed blade from Tomb45, guys, the triple cartridge, and I use the fully exposed. So now we're just gonna pull the rest of that pencil to the line. It should give us that ash line that we like. We'll also take off the extra fibers that are on his head. So I kind of go over his full forehead just to get off anything else that's left. So you see we scoot that to that line, it gets super crispy, that nice sharp finish. So I was joking with him, but Markel doesn't do enhancements anymore. And, you know, he gets them crispy without, but in my opinion, you know, we can go on all day about this topic, but people are either pro enhancements or against enhancements. So if my clients like it, I'm gonna keep offering. So we worked our way halfway across the vertical, not the vertical bar, the hairline. We'll work our way the rest of the way. And the line's already there, guys, so we're not taking anything off. We're just working the hairline, working the pencil back to the hairline. So just pull it to the hairline. Like I said, we're getting any fibers and stuff off of his head that was extra. Last but not least, guys, we'll hit this vertical bar, stretch the skin, pull the pencil to the corner. Again, we don't want to affect the line. The line's already there. We just want to scoot that pencil to the line and get it extra crispy. There you go. All right, y'all, that's it from my man Zay. Hard to see with the braids down. They're looking a little crazy because we clipped them up the whole time. But you guys can see, nice little high taper, sharp line up. Brand new Tomb45 enhancements, guys. The fibers, the pencil. We didn't do the no drip, but you guys can get the trifecta, Tomb45.com. If you guys like to do me a favor, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you guys are subscribed. I got plenty of content coming soon. If you guys didn't see that fiber video, go check it out. Appreciate you guys watching as always. I'll catch you next time.